Hi to all of you beautiful people out there. Thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate you, always. In this video, it's another sun gazing video, but the focus of this video is a little bit different. It's more about conscious control and how to heal ourselves. We all have incredible healing potential within ourselves that we don't really realize that we have. Some of us realize it, but some of us don't. And I want to wake us up to these possibilities. So in this video, I'm going to talk about healing and storing energy that we get from the sun. When we sun gaze, it's a major energy exchange. So it's a very prime, great time to heal. And I'm going to talk about how to do that. And the focus of this video is about being a whole lot more mindful and conscious, which is kind of what you do when you meditate. I mean, depending on who you are and what your goals are when you meditate. So thank you again, and I hope you enjoyed my video. So what about our subconscious experience here? Hi, everyone out there, the world, YouTube, hello. Okay, so I'll get right to this. Now, any serious, dedicated sun gazer has come to the point of enlightenment where they realize that the sun is highly spiritual and it's a living entity, it's a living being. And, every day we go about our lives, treating the sun as if, it's just something on the outside. It's it, and then there's us. But no, it's we. It's a constant interaction, a constant exchange between us and the sun. And a lot of it is really passive or subconscious, I guess you could say, meaning that the process the process takes care of itself. We don't have to consciously think about it. Like the sun feeds us, the sun gives us the our DNA downloads. It tells us what to do. It tells everything how to be, and it just is. And yeah, a lot of that is highly subconscious. It seems automatic, and we're in a lot of ways we're like a tree. A tree, it just kind of grows and it bees, and we think that the tree doesn't have a relationship with the sun, and the sun doesn't have a relationship with the tree. That they just kind of, live, in the presence of one another. But I think that tree is way more intelligent than that, and it understands the sun, and the sun understands it, and they're communicating with one another. There's an intimate relationship, far more intimate than we think that there is. And I talked about a lot of the passive stuff in regards to how we absorb the sun directly and how our body uses the sun. And I made a video about a year or two ago, and it talked about human photosynthesis, about how the human body can use the sun like photosynthesis. But a better way of looking at that, or a better way of wording that, was would have been human chemiluminescence. A tree photosynthesized, but a human being, we take the raw energy from the sun and we turn it into chemical energy, which later is used as mechanical energy. So I'll put the link below in the description box for that video if you'd like to check it out. It was a pretty fun video, and I think it got a pretty decent reaction from it. Now, with the sun, with dealing with the sun, again, it's highly subconscious. It's pretty passive. It seems to just kind of happen. And we heal in a passive way, you know our subconscious takes care of that. We heal from it, and we store energy from it. The human body is a battery for the sun, a sun light storage system. But where does consciousness come into play with all of this? Does consciousness matter? Yes, consciousness matters big time. And we can take our healing to the next level. We can take our energy storage to the next level if we make these conscious connections. And that's the primary purpose of this video, talking about those conscious connections, and kind of teaching and showing how we can consciously connect and accelerate some of this healing, accelerate some of the regeneration and our abilities to absorb the energy from the sun, and have a better relationship with it. We don't just get energy from the sun; we get information. We get we get so much more than we realize. Every day I'm learning more and more, and and every day I learn how much I don't know. But before I go in deeper in talking about consciousness and how to use our consciousness to focus and use its energy for healing, before I go into specific details about that, let me talk about the 4 elements first.
How do the energetic relationships of the 4 elements play into all of this?
part of uh, part of the physical world, and we have to understand the physical world to understand anything else. It's all tied together. But let's talk about the 4 elements first. Now, the 4 elements, it's a Western concept. 4 elements. I think in the East they think that there's five elements, but I'll stick to what I'm most familiar with, the Western concepts. Now, the 4 elements are, there's 2 masculine and 2 feminine. The 2 masculine are, one of the masculine is like heat, fire, electric, the energy that we get from the sun. That's one masculine element. And the other is air and wind. That's the other masculine element. And the 2 feminine elements are earth, or dirt, and water. Those are the 2 feminine elements, and they are very receptive and accommodating. Now, I'll talk briefly about each element. Now, with the fire element, the electricity, the heat, we get a lot of that from the sun, and that's pretty much raw energy. It's raw energy, raw information, and it fuels and it ignites and animates life here. It brings everything to life. Now, the air element, it's more of it ignites a lot of the chemical processes and the chemical reactions. It ignites a lot of those things, those interactions. So those are the 2 masculine energies, the two masculine elements. So now let's talk about the 2 feminine elements. One feminine element is earth, and the earth, it's highly absorptive to energy. And with the earth element, it's feminine, and a tree is connected into the earth, and it gives it a negative charge. A tree gets a negative charge, which makes it more receptive to the masculine energy that comes from the sun, the masculine raw energy when you're negatively charged. And we can do this as well. when we take our shoes off and stand on the ground, or when we touch something natural, touch something that's connected to source, then we get a lot of this negative energy, and it makes us more absorptive and more receptive to that masculine divine energy from the sun. And lastly, water. Water is the other feminine element. And I guess you could think of water, we are water. The majority of our bodies is water. I think like more than 80% of us are water. And water is basically a battery. Water holds the charge, it holds the energy. And water is far deeper than we understand it to be. Uh, Water has memory. Water has water can hold information. Water can hold energy. Water has intelligence. And I made a video about water's consciousness a few videos back, where I talked in depth about water having consciousness, and some things that were discovered in regards to water's consciousness and how that whole thing works, and how beautiful it is and how mysterious it is. So those are the four elements.
How important is consciousness?
Okay, so back to consciousness, and also back to sun gazing and healing. Now, when we look at the sun, the sun goes through our eyes, and it turns on our nervous system in a maximum way. And our bodies don't really know what to do with all of this energy. So our first instinct is to look away, because whoa, too much energy. But what can be done is you can consciously guide this energy in order to get it to do more of what we need it to do. And let's say you have an injury. Now, if you have an injury, while you sun gaze, while you're in the presence of the sun, you can use your mind. You can guide the energy. You can guide the sun, the sunlight, the energy that you're receiving through your eyes to the place that is injured, or there's pain. An injury usually is some type of inflammation or some type of energetic imbalance. And the sun is pure energy. And inflammation is, it carries a positive charge, which means you're losing energy from that place. So it needs to be balanced. So with the mind, by putting your mind there in that place, you can focus on where you want that energy, that surplus, that excess of energy to go within your bodies to do the healing. I've learned from many esoteric leaders and teachers that where the mind goes, energy follows. And I've learned recently a saying from Wim Hof goes something like, where the mind goes, the blood flows. And this concept is very relevant here. By putting your mind on those specific places, you can accelerate the healing of those places. And that can be done with the sun, but also the other masculine element that can be used is the air element. And I also learned through Wim Hof, conscious breathing. You can utilize conscious breathing while you sun gaze to heal these places that we are in, the pain and whatever inflammation, whatever place that we're hurting. We heal those places through by conscious focus and conscious breathing. So two really important things.
We are a major reservoir of stored energy. How do we store more from the sun?
What about storing the energy from the sun? How do we store the energy? Again, isn't this automatic? Doesn't the subconscious just take care of this? Yeah, it does. The human body is like a battery storage for the sun, but and it's a highly subconscious thing. But again, by utilizing consciousness, we can become more efficient with how we absorb this energy and store the energy. Now, let me go into detail about storing the energy. Like, you're probably thinking, what's a good place to store the energy? You probably already understand and get that. You utilize conscious control. You make your mind more present within your body when you're absorbing the sun. I'm pretty sure you get that already. But what's a good place to put it? Now, based on a lot of the esoteric literature that I've been reading, and a good place to put it is in a place called the Tantian, and it's located. I'll show you. It's located. It's located here, like above your groin, but below your navel, and it's inside. It's inside. So it's here. It's about here, and it's inside. And it's called a Dantian, and it's basically an energy ball, a ball of energy, an energy storage point for the physical body, our physical bodies. And we have two other main energy storage points, but those aren't necessarily for our physical bodies. And one is here, about where the heart is, and the other is here, about where the forehead is. And they have different purposes. And I made a video that went pretty in depth about the whole theory and concept behind those. And if you watch that video, it would help you understand what I'm talking about here a lot deeper, a lot further. And it's called our three energy bodies, Daoist knowledge. And I'll also leave the link to that video in the description box below. So that's it, really. By you sun gaze, you're receiving this excess amount of energy, and it's more than your body really knows what to do with. So you need some degree of conscious control to guide it. And what better way to guide this excess energy than using it to heal, or even storing it to increase your vitality. So I hope you get the picture here. I hope this video was really open your eyes to some things. And I hope that the next time that you sun gaze, you don't just let it be a subconscious experience. I hope that you consciously focus, and I hope that you have a goal when you do it, because I think that it'll be more beneficial for you, and it'll be a really deep, intimate, spiritual thing for you, and you'll get more from it. So I'd love to know what you think, and love to hear your comments on this, and or just show some love, say hello. Anyways, that's all I have